Nozomi, what are some pragmatic things, some specific things companies can do right now to make a difference on this front?
Yeah, I think especially with COVID that happened, one thing I think all of us have found out is that we can do things very quickly if we're committed to do this. I think we can all agree, just like so many examples of, like the IT example that you shared. One of our clients said the same thing. They had initiative to digitize documents, everything over the past 10 years, which never moved. It moved so slowly, but with COVID, everything happened in 2 days. So I think this is a perfect timing to really re-envision what does diversity, inclusion, equity look like. This is the time to really let go of how it used to be, because how it used to be, obviously, it was not working. Really sit down and think about, based on your values and your mission of the company, like really who you are, and really thinking and talking about what does that look like today. And that's a really vague way to say this, but at the CEO level, the executive level, if you're not able to really have a clear vision what that looks like, then how do you actually take those behaviors? It's impossible to do that because you don't know. Like Cornelia said about accountability, or about talking about sexual harassment, but it depends on who you are to say what is sexual harassment or not. And that vagueness, I think, is a big problem right now. And we haven't been able to really have that conversation because it was a no conversation to have. So this is a time that we can really sit down and have those discussions, have those dialogues, and really determine what does that behavior look like. So when we say, so I actually, one of the biggest, I think, employers in the US, I just pulled out their values, and they have 4 pillars. 1 is service to the customer, 2, respect for the individual, 3, strive for excellence, 4, act with integrity. Oh, it sounds wonderful, right? Like if they really truly followed that, the world would look different. The truth is really looking at your own company and say, okay, are we really true to our vision? And really sitting down and having that hard discussion and dialogue about what would this really look like today if we are really truly being diverse, inclusive, and really with the equity. Because that's the only way I think you can really have a real and effective change. Because the short term about donating, that's great. It's better to do that than not doing that. But that's not an everlasting solution. Because really the company itself has to have it ingrained in their culture, in their company, which eventually looks like a system. And as you know, Angelique, I love systems and processes because I truly believe that's the way that you can really streamline and make sure that everything is followed. I mean, in my world, this is not a short-term thing. I think ideally that it would be great if we can come to a time that you don't need a chief diversity and inclusion officer.
So
because it should, like, that does not have to champion.